especially again using Clairen.
We saw how good Concept could be on this stage, but if Heathen is able to use those
the disjoint?
Yeah, no, the plasma field to shut down the projectile options. And considering how much Concept liked using Cloud, if Heathen is able to get a plasma field on deck, it's gonna be really hard.
But we can see Heathen going for a lot of this predictive movement, trying to get these side specials and all these aerials to try to snuff out this Absa before any percentage can really rack up on it.
And the moonwalk down shot will look real fancy there. Right now, the two of them are playing dancing around each other pretty smoothly. And then it's like I said, I was talking about, shuts down the Cloud. You're able to just kind of waltz on in and get this string. Nice 64%. Forward strong gonna come out. Concept at not too much of a deficit right now. Ooh, but the parry on the Thunderline, Heathen was ready for it.
Yeah, Concept was still able to get a good bear to actually get back on stage.
Nice high recovery, and the counter comes out. It's the fact that does temper stun is just so ridiculous, but it helps Clairen out so much.
Jeez, and that kills. This is a very strong lead by Heathen right here.
Looking to restock potentially, playing around very confidently in this matchup. Unfortunately, that connection is here for free. As you see, these up tilts kind of challenging this more aerial heavy Clairen. Full hop down airs are not proving too beneficial. Even it's just so much of a lead right now, he can kind of afford to play a little recklessly at the moment. He needs to start getting these hits in, otherwise that lead will have been all for naught.
I also noticed that with Concept, a lot of times once there starts to be a tech chase, Concept just goes straight for these up airs. But that is a beautiful bear right there. Just going for all these kill moves, which has been working in some ways, but a lot of times going for such a lagging move like up air can be really prone against such a character with such big disjoint like Clairen.
Yeah. Right now, Heathen's lead is basically gone. Though throwing Absa off stage is going to be really bad. The tipper is going to come out.
Baiting the parry and
nice
actually
string, nice string. Unfortunately, Cloud's not able to quite come out on deck quite yet.
This is a very strong comeback from Concept. If Concept can continue this, maybe he can close this out.
Forward strong is going to come out. Tries to get it with the uppercut. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get anything from it, but still manages to secure the game with the forward strong. Heathen up 1-0. Great way to start the set.
Despite that initial very strong lead, Concept was able to actually pull back and get it actually to damn near last stock, last hit. So hopefully we can see this be a lot more closer. Looks like we're running back to Power of Heaven again.
I can see it. Especially with the adaptations Concept was making. But if Heathen is able to actually lock in and play how he was the first two games and not get greedy, going for risky options, it might be a bit of a wash.
And maybe all these down tilts and F tilts are all you need sometimes. Already, it's still looking a lot more even, a lot less overly weighed in Heathen's favor.
Again, no, Concept has definitely needed the adaptations, but Heathen is still in the process of making those counter adaptations, but he is ever so slightly ahead. Just only so slightly, but it's still, that edge is all you need sometimes.
And that hits! Maybe some Hertzbach extension, that was the reason for that. As we can see, Concept is just being very careful, trying to keep distance from these very aggressive disjoints to hopefully use his range to actually punish Heathen.
For sure, but again, we saw how that game 1 was going. Ooh, 4 strong is going to catch though. Oh, we are not in the repeat zone.
This is already looking a lot more even, and I think Concept is doing what is needed, which is staying farther away, and I'm surprised that Heathen isn't going for Plasma Field as much, or even landing it as much.
Well, Concept hasn't been throwing Cloud out as recklessly, so there's not been as many opportunities to throw it out.
Right.
And when Concept has been throwing out the Cloud, it's been in a lot more smarter word soup. It's been a lot smarter positions, and before Strong again going to catch Heat, then fading back with the DI out.
I also want to applaud Concept's movement with Absa. It's very controlled and very thoughtful, which is what you need against a character like Clairen, who can just sort of swing when you're trying to approach with either your nairs or your nairs as Absa. But that parry will lead to a death.
Oh, there's the Plasma Field. Going to shut down that right side of the stage.
It's going to make it much more difficult for Concept to do an edge guard on that side.
Oh, jab check. 1-2 back air is going to come out, and Heathen again not quite ready with the drift in time. And is going to allow Concept to get that second game.
And Concept very much proving that no, these sweet spots on my aerials were not because of Crag, it's because I'm actually good at playing this character. And now, after that, Heathen will be taking this game to, what is this called? It's not Merchant Port.
It's Merchant Port.
It's Merchant
Swampy
Port.
Estuary, but it's
Swampy Estuary. There it is.
Interesting, trying to call out the recovery with a downstrung there. I assume he was anticipating a plat drop, but it didn't quite come to fruition.
In general, though, Heathen just taking advantage of the distortion to try to make these edge guards as strong as possible, and getting as much damage on Absa as possible.
Tries to go for the... Fortune unfortunately doesn't get anything off of that, but that parry punish side special will secure that first stock.
Heathen is doing very good. I think that's the second time where Concept put a Cloud out like right on top of where he was, and then Heathen would parry it to follow up with the side special for a kill.
Yeah, I see what Heathen was going for there. Unfortunately for him, didn't quite come to fruition.
You can also just jump over the F tilt, that works too.
I also love these little crouches to avoid the thunder line.
It shows that Heathen is keeping his head very cool in these matches and not really swinging wildly, even though as a Clairen it sometimes always looks like that. Sorry, Clarence.
It happens sometimes. Forward strong gonna put Concept into the corner, but even if Concept is getting forced in the corner constantly, it's not like the worst position for him. Heathen is still the one who has to approach here because of the percent deficit, even if it is slight. Trying to go for the up front there, but the Nair is going to call that out. side special. Is it going to kill? No, not quite yet.
Good DI getting out of the tipper range of that up special.
I also love that high recovery from Concept. Are we going to see it call? We are. Down strong. Going to come out on deck.
One of the weirder down strongs in the game that Concept is actually using a good amount, but just not getting many returns off of it.
Yeah, not a down tilt force. No, jab force. My bad. Come out is last stock basically dead even. And is Heathen going to be able to break through the wall? Maybe. Might be time to start letting the counter rip again since we are seeing a lot more clouds from Concept. Trying to punish these air dodges. Unfortunately gets caught in a little grab there. But forces Heathen off stage. As these two are scrapping to try and keep each other in the corner. They are both in each other's faces right now. It's kind of funny. And
it's very, very close. And it's kind of funny to see both these characters, like Clairen not being at tipper range, and that is a kill.
Was that?
That was, I think, a very sweet spot.
Fortunately, Heathen's just been getting called out by these strong high knockback moves, but we are going the rock wall.
Really great opening gambit there, just sort of expecting the cloud so you can take advantage of that initial state.
Excuse me.
The Concept taking advantage of a big advantage that Absa has against Clairen, where she just does not need to get close to the edge at all in order to set up an edge guard. Does not have to worry about that huge up special.
Ooh, we see the moonwalk coming out again. Heathen trying to call out the inward disadvantage. Unfortunately, just a little too early on it. Concept is doing a great job with these adaptations. It's just from like earlier in the bracket, we saw warps going for Dara as much, but we've been seeing it a bit more here. And we're going to see the side special come out. Is it going to kill? Nope.
Both of them just going for their kill moves as much as possible, as people do on Rockwall.
Ooh, quite strong. Not going to kill yet again.
Concept doing a very good job with this guy.
Might be biting even a little bit, but now the stock count is easy. Dancing each other, trying to find an opening in this Concept. He does it first, forcing Heathen into the corner, but a nice tipper down air into a 50-50. Unfortunately, Heathen does drop it. Now the plasma field is on deck. A little safety net.
Having it in the middle of the stage makes it much more difficult for Absa to follow these tech chases and gives a space for Clairen to be, but the plasma field is already gone. And you can just see Concept looking for just the slightest little fault in Heathen's game plan to just get another kill move off.
Yeah. But having field in center stage is so good, because that's where Concept has been playing at his strongest. We're going to see an up air? No, it's not going to connect.
Very good dare there. Wasn't able to follow it up with much of an edge guard.
Nice edge cancel from Heathen, though. Once again, he's struggling to make his way back to center stage as he dies for it.
And Concept really just putting in as much work as possible to get these kills.
And it's even again.
And it's even. In general, though, very close game. What they both really need to do right now is just get as much percentage as they can on each other, so that they can start looking for these kills that come much earlier on walk wall. The Concept doing, I think, a little bit of a better job thanks to the amount of range that Absa has against Clairen. Very good call out of the dare, and that kills! Wow!
That was some suspicious DI.
Suspicious DI on a very scary call out.
Yeah. we've got Game 5 on Frozen Fortress up next. Interesting counter pick yet again. If I remember correctly, it didn't work out too well for Concept in winners.
But that was also against a Crag that has a lot more ability to control stage, whereas Clairen kind of can only control what's around her, right?
Yeah, but even still, it's kind of a larger, more awkward stage for Absa. I feel like when I think of stages that Absa picked, this isn't really one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
It is a triplat though, but it's the inverted layout. So it becomes a lot more similar to Air Armada.
And we already see a very early death.
Yeah.
A very early death of Plasma Field out. This is already a big hill for Concept to climb.
Oh, forward air.
Okay.
Right now, Heathen has such a strong lead that center stage is all his. And this Concept can't get his game plan going to find his way out of the corner so he can start putting up this cloud wall. Oh, but Heathen is not letting that happen right now.
Concept trying his best to just keep this range and not let Heathen in close.
Good call with the forward strong. Heathen not gonna quite DI it.
I think that down special might have been a missed input. That led to a pretty bad situation that Heathen wasn't able to capitalize fully on. Very good DI there to live that down strong.
It's just a bit unfortunate that Clairen's upward killing moves can be so committal, but nice roll read on the down strong there. Concept is on their potential turning stock. Are they going to be able to clutch up and get this string started? Time to lock in. Heathen has just been doing such a great job keeping Concept away from that center stage.
Very good crouch cancel with that.
Nice wait on the parry. Tries to go for an up strong, but Heathen, realizing what was about to happen, just ran away smartly.
Heathen in general just trying to be patient and just trying to not fall for these strong moves that Concept has been throwing out.
Well, is that going to do it? No, not quite yet, not quite yet.
Concept just
is nearing that kill percent though, and that's gonna do it.
Meaning this set goes to Heathen. Very, very
Heathen
good.
is gonna move on to loser semis, but we're gonna be taking a quick break before we go into our last 3 sets. Let's be back in a bit.